Pause for a second. What if I told you that the way you speak to your child today is quietly shaping the adult they will become tomorrow? Not their school, not their toys, not their genetics. Your daily interactions. Most parents believe intelligence is something you either have or don't. You're born smart or you're not. But neuroscience tells a very different story. The human brain doesn't just grow, it builds itself. And the most important construction phase happens before a child turns 7. In this video, you'll discover how intelligence is formed long before exams, classrooms, or report cards. You'll learn what actually strengthens a child's thinking, focus, and emotional strength, and the common habits that silently weaken them. Stay until the end, because the final principle is the one most parents never notice, and it's often the difference between a child who survives life and one who confidently leads it. Number 1. The critical window. From birth to early childhood, the brain is operating at full expansion mode. Billions of neural connections are being formed every second, responding to language, emotion, movement, and environment. Imagine wet clay on a spinning wheel. Every touch leaves a mark. Every moment reshapes the form. This isn't pressure, it's opportunity. So the real question becomes, what kind of signals is your child's brain receiving every day? Number 2. The power of constant conversation. Children don't need lectures. They need interaction. When you speak often with a child describing what you're doing, narrating daily moments, asking curious questions, you're feeding their brain the raw material it needs to grow. Simple conversations build complex thinking. It's not about teaching. It's about connecting. A child who is spoken with, not at, learns faster, thinks deeper, and develops emotional awareness far beyond their years. Silence doesn't create independence. Engagement does. Number 3. Why play is serious brain work. To adults, play looks like fun. To a child's brain, it's advanced training. Every game strengthens something different: memory, planning, emotional control, creativity, cooperation. When children build, pretend, explore, or imagine, they're practicing how to think. Play isn't a break from learning. It is learning. And when an adult joins in even briefly, it multiplies the impact, not because of the game, but because of shared attention. That's how confidence grows. Number 4. Screens versus reality. Screens aren't the enemy, but imbalance is. Fast-paced digital stimulation floods the brain with ready-made images, leaving little room for imagination or patience. A developing mind needs time to wonder, experiment, and discover. Real experiences do that naturally. Touching textures, moving the body, listening to real voices, solving real problems. A deeply engaged child doesn't need constant entertainment, they need meaningful interaction. Number 5. Stories that shape thinking. Reading to a child does more than improve vocabulary. It strengthens memory, empathy, attention, and the ability to visualize ideas. Stories train the brain to follow sequences, predict outcomes, and understand emotions. But how you read matters. Ask questions. Pause. Let them guess what happens next. Let them lead. You're not just reading pages, you're building mental pathways that last a lifetime. Number 6. Emotional safety builds intelligence. A stressed brain cannot learn. When children feel constantly corrected, rushed, or unheard, their brains shift into survival mode. Learning shuts down. Curiosity disappears. But when a child feels safe emotionally and physically, the brain opens. Consistency, calm correction, listening without judgment, admitting mistakes as a parent. These are not signs of weakness. They are tools for raising strong thinkers. Security is the foundation of intelligence. Number 7. Curiosity over compliance. Questions are not interruptions. They are signs of growth. A curious child isn't being difficult. They're building problem-solving skills. The urge to explore, ask why, and test ideas is the beginning of innovation. When adults nurture curiosity instead of shutting it down, they raise children who think independently and adapt confidently. The future doesn't reward obedience. It rewards thinkers. Number 8. The most overlooked factor. Children learn less from instruction and more from imitation. They watch how you react under pressure, how you solve problems, how you speak to others, how you handle mistakes. Before age 7, your behavior teaches louder than your words. You are not just their caregiver. You are their model of how the world works. You don't need perfection. You don't need expensive tools. You don't need to do everything right. What matters is presence. A child's intelligence grows in moments, small, repeated, intentional moments. Every curious conversation, every calm response, every shared experience. Because behind every confident, capable adult was once a child whose mind was carefully nurtured, one moment at a time.